Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Lucius with the first in what will be a series of review videos. And today, I'm kicking it off with Forsaken Gods by Fresher Luke. Now, Luke helps me fill up the YouTube air on Wednesday nights with my live stream show, but I want y'all to let you know I don't have any problems taking this apart. I only pledge allegiance to the hotness, and I find that one of life's greatest pleasures is giving the people you know a hard time. Before we get too far, you should know you'll be able to pick up a copy of this book and the sequel on Indiegogo on January 27th moving forward. I'll be putting the link in the description. Get on it. Now, I picked up this book as the basic physical and digital copy, which I like. You get one timeless copy to read across your devices and another to collect or have and hold and read. Now, I'll be pulling some images in the review from the digital just for a clean look, but for right now, grab a drink, relax, and let's get physical. So everything in here got to me in good condition. I'm not one to get too hung up on the knickknacks that come in with these campaigns, the cards, the stickers, the standees. I'm here for the book, but it's all inclusive. Let's review it. And we'll start with the card. We got Skull Knight, the Defender. The card is more akin to a set of playing cards, I'd say, than trading cards. Doesn't bother me. And on the back here, we got some stats and shit. Would have liked another view of him on the backside here. It's basically the same image, just zoomed in. Would have been nice to just have a just alternate profile shot of him. Then we got a set of stickers here. The edges on this holofoil one look a little rough. It's really at these corners. I'm guessing the blade that cut these out had trouble making those corners. It's really tight. I'm talking like small spaces on this. But the colors on it pop really, really good. Then we got the book title here. Nice, clean text, in case you want to stay low profile as you slap it on the back of something. And then we got Skull Knight running. Looks all right. Could be a little more dynamic, but kind of has a humor side to it. And then we got the one of Samara here. A nice little icon looking one, like an avatar you'd find on an online profile. They're all nice, clean images in a decent size. You could slap it on a phone, tablet, laptop, whatever device you want to accessorize if that's your thing. Also included was this pen, and it's got like a plastic or acrylic on it that is just a scratch magnet. Not sure how well it's going to show up here. And it's the odd one out. It's about a 1/2 inch thick here, so it's about the thickness of the book, all in all. And I'd say even in the act of trying to clean this, you'll probably scuff it. And I don't know about you guys, but there's enough things in my life that I need a microfiber cloth to clean. I'm not looking for more. Now, if you hold it out at about arm's length away, you probably won't be able to tell. So if you want to rock out the Skull Knight with that T-Mobile magenta pink on your jacket, you got the option. Now, Luke was also selling acrylic standees as an add-on. I skipped on that, but if that sort of thing piques your interest, then keep an eye out. Those might be returning on the next campaign as well. Now, let's get on to the Grand Mac Daddy of the review, the book. The book measures out to 6 1/8 inches wide by 8 3/8 inches tall. Now that's 15.5 centimeters by 21.3 centimeters for the metric squad. This is just a little short of the typical US comic book size. I got one here just for comparison's sake. The interior book page count sits at 48 pages for the story, and if you have the physical book, you also get a few extra drawings in the back. But fellas, we know it's not all about the size, it's how you use it. But some of you out there might be size queens or size kings. I don't judge. The book itself is square bound. It comes with a nice semi-gloss cover stock to it. Nice cover art on the front and on the back here. When I opened up my book, there was a loud creak that put me on alert. I've had other books that are square bound where the entire interior just falls out completely after a few years, even just sitting on the shelf. Nothing wild going on, like wild swings in temperature and humidity, but it does happen as the seasons go on. Only time really tells on this sort of a thing. Also, opening up the book, put this kind of ink fault line here on the edge, where the white paper showing up against the black, makes it something of an eyesore. If you look at the other copy of the Amazing Spider-Man here I have, you'll see it doesn't have that, so it's kind of like a little bit of a negative on the score here. And on the cover I have here, it's cut just a little bit short. It's kind of hard to see. It's probably less than a 16th of an inch here, where the interior pages kind of stick past the cover. I don't even think you could try to reproduce this with money on the line. My guess is that the blade on the track shifted when it cut. As someone who's done this sort of thing with like professional trimming devices, I know that material can just shift the blade over, so it wasn't a deal killer for me. It's kind of a petty thing. I put this, in like 99 percentile, of everything I'm looking for as far as the build goes. Now let's open it up. Getting the credits and legalities out of the way first, keeping it real. And yes, I did ask for permission to review this. Not in the thank yous here. I'll just include myself in the everyone else that might have been forgotten. And flipping the page, we come to this beauty. I love this image. I think it could have been a poster. It's just Lucius bait, man. I can see a whole entire backstory coming off of this. The War of the Gods, demigods that precedes it. Entire prequel story that he could launch into later. Would have digged having a virgin page somewhere else in the book, but the text is largely out of the way on this. Also, time to point out the paper stock ink combo here on the interiors. I'm not haunted handling these pages with butt naked hands. I can get dirty with this book and not leave a mess of fingerprints behind. I like that. Take note, guys. Anyone out there making new books, let's do that. Call up 3D Zach, find out how it went down. Now we get the setting and the start of the book, laying down the foundation. We got a girl, Samara, here. Adventurer, archaeologist type. Has a couple of hired help here with her. And moving forward a couple of pages, we get one of the ultimate tests of any of these books, which is the double page spread. Seeing how much, if any, of the image gets lost in the binding. And good news on this one, it doesn't get lost. There's enough of an offset at the middle that I think holding it loosely like you'd read it in a natural pose, you get to see the whole image. We don't go too much further into the book, and we're kind of setting some tone down. When blood is flying and heads are rolling, we at least know we're in for something PG-13. This book, overall, I wouldn't say it's not invincible levels of gore, but it's not 80s TV, G.I. Joe, everyone gets a parachute. Going through the book, as I'm reading it, I'm really noticing the strengths of Fresher Luke coming out. He honed his teeth as a storyboard artist, and it really shows through. The whole thing, if you look at it, there's not that many caption boxes, almost none at all. There's only one page as caption boxes. There's not any word balloon litter, these soliloquies or monologues going on and on. It lets the images tell the story, and it plays out really cinematically, going from panel to panel. I think you could argue the weakness of this is that the story itself is not covering a lot of like real time in case of the story, but there's so much going on and it's paced at a great level that it doesn't really detract at all. But that could be a trap in doing this fashion, where you don't have text to kind of slow the reader down. Artists should be taking notes on this. Besides this Goldilocks setting that's on the pacing here, he has great layout. The scale shows even in the smallest panels on page. with what are giant characters. I think on his actual art style, he has a great economy of line work. It never feels like it's too sparse or too overly detailed, and it just stays consistent throughout the whole book. It doesn't feel like there's an off page or panel in it. If there's one thing I'd probably ask Luke to mess with the dials on, and it's only just for experimentation, it would be the sound effects, text in the backgrounds of the story. I don't find the use of it poor or intrusive or anything. It's just something that I kind of look for a little more play with it on that. But it all reads through as like a set style, which is a good thing. But it's not as if the book ever gets confusing. I never get lost or have to stare at it like one of the old school 3D art pages to figure out what's going on. Now, we're going to get into a little spoiler territory, but it's just kind of a masterclass in storytelling, where he has his leading lady showing some skin, and her situation is getting more desperate as this is going on. And there's also a bit of like blood magic involved that we can clue into, but it's not completely defined. Is this going to be Disney classics magic, where it's just all fun and games, or is this the monkey paw magic? We get some good action scenes to close it out before the curtain falls, and we're set to go right into book 2. Now, if you have the physical copy, you also have some cool like behind the scenes making of the evolution of the entire Forsaken Gods idea and Skull Knight at the back here. Some fan art, which is really fun to see. Getting some vibes from the community on that. And remember, the second book comes out today on Indiegogo. Keep a watch on it. I've been told all the artwork has been done ahead of the launch. So it'll be a quick turnaround if you do happen to back it. It's only a matter of meeting the funding goals, getting the final tally, and sending that off to the printers. I'll be putting the link in the description. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this book top shelf. Hell yeah, let's get it. It's a solid recommendation from me. Skip some small vices, your coffees, your takeout, even booze, and grab this one. Anyone else who's grabbed Forsaken Gods and you have your own thoughts on it, leave it in the comments section here. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button before you roll out. Hit the subscribe button and join the Lucius Legion. You can check out my artwork and DM me on Twitter @JawSmashers. And Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, I live stream here on YouTube on my channel Lucius Live, where we kick it, take it easy, sing some drinks, and shoot the shit. This is your boy Lucius, signing off. Take it easy.